y'all don't be knowing the half. When I say stuff like this, y'all get real offended. But this is nothing but cold, hard facts that your mammy didn't teach you.
I'm down until Monday.
Oh, what you got going on down there? Family time?
Yeah.
The most important time of the year.
Yeah, I figured since I wasn't working, I might as well bring my ass down here when I got the chance.
Where you at again?
Louisville.
You in Louisville. Go find Jack Harlow.
Ain't nobody looking for that, man. Food don't even. Real shit. Food don't even stay there no more. He stay in LA.
Like all rappers do after like 2 years on the famous scene.
Yes, him and Bryson Tiller, they both stay in LA.
Man, Tiller been like he left at 18. That nigga left the year he was on.
I don't know how often they come back here. Well, Bryson Tiller, I don't know how often he comes back here. I'm pretty sure Jack Harlow still probably shows up every once in a while.
Because his homie's still out there.
I guess I'll go ahead and start then.
I figured you started already.
I did low key, but I wanted y'all to finish y'all discussion. So, what the fuck is?
He wants to hurry and shut up.
a little bit of that, a little bit of not so much. But
he wants to shut up.
What the fuck is up with the motherfucking businesses? Co-Hard Facts Podcast, episode 138. 138. I am DNA. I am DNA, the only one, the one and only, of course. And I'm back again with my greatest co-host in the world.
Aw, so thoughtful. You're so sweet when you want to be.
Yeah, exactly what I want to be. Yeah.
See, look, you can't take it. You can't take company. You ain't shit. It's your boy Martin Madness. Come around like Marshall Play, kicking it with your chick like Kid Play, and it may be a Tuesday. What it do?
John is fashionably late with his White Sox hat on, but
Yeah, fashionably late, kicking shit down south in the Ville. With the Hicks and the Trump supporters.
Oh shit!
Look, I was just telling DNA when I was in Wisconsin. When I went to Lambeau, I had to brag. I was like, Brady won here.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted to say. Brady won here.
We got a lot of things to talk about. I'm sure. We all want to get to some great things and some not so great things, but. We don't get to everything.
Oh, damn, not so great
things we got to talk about.
I don't know. I'm just talking shit, man. I don't know, man.
Let me know. I want to know about the not so great things first.
Man, it's always good to get bad news out first.
Ain't no bad news. I'm just talking shit, pulling the leg a little bit. Pause. But anyway, so what has happened? Oh, I guess Tidal, Jay-Z is getting more millions and more millions and more billions because he basically
sold a majority ownership of Tidal to the CEO of Twitter.
Took him about I don't know how long to prove this point, which he didn't have to. But
that's not necessary. People keep saying that he sold Tidal. He didn't sell Tidal. He just sold majority of his ownership of Tidal to the CEO of Twitter. He still owns a piece of it.
Right, yeah.
That's like Bezos with Amazon. He's stepping down. He still has ownership.
Right, exactly.
So he still runs shit, just he does at the crib with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people who got companies that they own that they don't run.
I was like, you think Bill Gates still running shit right now? Bill Gates is at the crib taking naps, bro. He counting his billies.
Exactly. Yeah, he chilling. But congrats to the man's hove. Yeah, I knew he was gonna do. I knew he was doing something with Tidal. I just didn't know what the fuck what. I didn't think he was going, just sell it over completely. Cause he don't like to do shit like that anyway. So at least I knew he wasn't gonna do nothing like that with music. Like music is how he got his millions.
Yeah.
some days you just gotta put your flex.
Well, music and learning is, building his business portfolio over the years.
Right.
With the money from the music.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, I was like, it had a question upon me because it borders into last week's topic. Now that you brought up Jay-Z, it brings into the question now. Now, back in 2009, it was easy to say the Mount Rushmore rap at the time was Kanye, Wayne, T.I., Jay-Z. How many of them do you think are still on that pillar or that level back then? They don't have to be necessarily in the rap game wise, but are they still on that level they were back in 2009?
What is it?
Basically, what did everybody like from 2009 to now? Do you think they still kept their level? Like as far as
rapping wise?
No, overall, or did they just decline altogether?
No, it depends on honestly who you ask, because the Mount Rushmore of rap at that time probably was that four that you just named, because all four of those people were on top of the rap game at that time. And then, here we are, that was in 2009, here we are some 12 years later, and things are drastically different, music styles have changed. Music tastes have changed. Hip hop don't sound the same no more. There are people who still rap in the way that those guys were rapping back then. But it's, we all know that mumble rap and trap is the number one form of hip hop right now in 2021. So the Mount Rushmore has definitely changed. Now, I wouldn't
last year and the year before.
So the Mount Rushmore has definitely changed depending on who you talk to. As far as business. And as far as music, Jay-Z is probably still up there, but he's more in the legend category now because of how he doesn't release music that often. And so, because in the last, let's say in the last 10 years between 2011 and now, Jay-Z has only released maybe 2 solo projects. And a collaboration with Kanye.
I was gonna say 3.
Let's say 4 technically because of the album with Beyonce. But still, he's only released 4 albums in 10 years. So, and only 2 solo projects within that time period. So, music is not his sole focus anymore. He's more focused on his business acumen, stacking his bread up. So, his kids are already set for life, but it's to the point where his grandkids and probably their kids gonna be set. That's the shit he's on now. He's building his legacy up on top of the legacy he's already built.
And it only go as far as the mogul wise goes. That's what I couldn't think of the word, but mogul wise, the order definitely changed. Because back then, the order could have fluctuated, but you probably would have had, as far as rap wise, Wayne, Jay-Z, Kanye, T.I. Mm-hmm. Now we talking about as far as they progressed as moguls and where they're at now. Easy, in my opinion, it'd be Jay then Kanye, T.I.
I wouldn't necessarily call T.I. I wouldn't necessarily call Kanye's business acumen 100% flourishing. It has probably more. I'm not saying it hasn't. What I'm saying is his biggest claim to fame outside of his shoes, because his clothing line is out there, but who's wearing it like that?
As long as he sells to Adidas, it's going to make some pop.
No, I'm just saying, the shoes will always be the most popular aspect of his fashion acumen.
Some of his clothing stuff comes through Adidas as well.
But who do you know that wears it? Do you know anyone personally that wears it?
Yeah, I do know a couple people. It's not but they more so on the hype beast side, and that's where that category steps in. You got to be around hype beast for them because that's where Kanye really brands is in clothing. But you got to also think about how he's got his shares and a whole bunch of other things and where he's dabbled at. But Adidas has probably brought him to the promised land. Then you got to think about it. The 2 lower tiers on that side would be T.I. and Wayne, but there's just more so Wayne just has a lot of deals, but he's been around so long, you don't even think about those deals no more. And T.I., you don't think about his no more neither.
Yeah.
I was like, do you even remember the half of the deals Wayne had back in the day that he still technically has?
He had.
He still has Samsung.
For a small amount of time. I don't think do we still got that? Like, do we still?
Like, if they needed him for a commercial, he can pop on there.
Yeah.
He has a great relationship with ESPN.
Yeah. He can basically.
I mean, Wale does too.
ESPN and Fox. With
the Fox deal, I kind of consider that maybe, but the ESPN one I don't count because ESPN is. They pretty much like that one friend, like that one first friend you get on like Facebook and MySpace. If you just know your shit about sports and you got enough clout, they won't talk to you.
He had Truck Fit for a while. That until that shit got old.
Damn.
Then now he got Bamboo Rum. I haven't tasted it yet, but I eventually will.
It's hard to find.
But yeah, I mean, I ain't got a couple of them. T.I. has his TV shows and a few movies. He's not gonna return to Ant-Man, which his role was small anyway. So,
I mean, there's nothing. I mean, as far as the next phase, there's no more Ant-Man movies. That would at least take place there in the Ant-Man area. So there'd be no point.
Right. But yeah, let's move on to that. Let's talk about this new music. Did anybody listen to Durk Compilation?
I don't want to.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm in the same boat. I don't want to. Bro. I don't want to hear.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm a firm believer of putting your homies on, but I don't. And that's no disrespect to none of the BDs or nothing like that. That's just not my. That's just not my cup of tea. That's just not what I'm looking for. Like I can listen to Durk, but it's gonna take me a minute to try to get used to listening to his homies rap. That's not disrespect to none of them. I'm just saying, like, I tried to listen to the OTF out, the album whenever it came out a few months ago, and I like some songs off of there, but the whole thing I could have done without. So,
right.
It's fucked up. I kind of like. I didn't know it was when the OTF one when I first saw it. I was like, "Oh, this is just a Durk tape." I did not know it was a compilation tape. So when I heard it, I was like, "Who the fuck is these niggas?" And then I just skipped through every song trying to look for Durk. But then I actually gave it an actual listen. I mean, it's not bad, but as far as like these compilation tapes, they just put on tapes, and they may work out, they may not. But I mean.
Yeah,
that's just to get rid of a mass amount of people that's in your corner, I guess that you want to get a put on, versus like you got that one person like out of like 10 people, you got that one person that could be like, oh, that's a Vaughn type material right there. You gonna hop on, we gonna put you on separately. Everybody else, you just gonna be on this tape.
Right.
That's how I kind of see these compilation tapes. It's like the rookie, the rookie of the year gets his push, and then everybody else just get on the y'all all rookie first team, and that's it.
Yeah, I might listen to it later on this week, maybe, or next week. What else, y'all? Oh, YG also dropped the compilation too. I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know he was dropping that shit. I didn't know.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, he's building. He's been building. He's been slowly building. He's been building a label for years, but at first it was the Pusha Zinc label, and then that kind of fell through, and he rebranded it as 400. So he's been slowly building this roster of talent. He got a chick named Sulan or Day Sulan or somebody like that. She's decent. So I'll probably get out a listen tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I was watching the Coming to America.
Don't say nothing about it.
I'm not gonna say anything about it. I just say watch it and give your own opinion.
We supposed to be watching it as a family tonight, so
yeah, I'm gonna.
That's supposed to be the same thing that's going on over here. I ain't even gonna lie. We supposed to let some of my niece get off work.
Did everybody see WandaVision yet?
I just got through literally watching it. Oh my God!
Talk about it.
Shut up!
You.
Bro, I was out of town. I was out and about. I
watched it this morning. I watched it early, like 7 o'clock.
And I was supposed to watch it like on my way home, but I had this. It's just like a thing that I do for myself. My road trip, I play whatever on the way there, but when I'm coming home, it's like I play Kanye all the way through. I just pick whatever. I just pick an album and keep going back and forth. Either I start from end to beginning or begin to end. I start from end to beginning. It's more than one album because a 4-hour drive. I had to pick something. So I started with Life of Pablo because as far as like after Life of Pablo, I didn't really care for most of the song, most stuff.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I went Life of Pablo. I skipped over Yeezus because I wanted to hear my Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy. Then I went from Graduation, Late Registration, College Dropout. I got home before I even started College Dropout.
Who else put out something?
I said you wanted to talk about Herb. I ain't listened to it yet.
I heard one of the two. That one gave me what's the name? What's the name of the tape with him squatting doing the prayer hands over the grave? What the fuck is the name? Ball like Kobe.
Yeah.
That's what vibes that one gave me. I didn't hear the other song yet because DNA just told me what it was called, and for some reason, Apple Music doesn't have it under his name page, which is stupid to me. I had to search it.
I think it's under Lil Herb or something.
No, not that one. The newest song he dropped. One of the new songs he dropped.
Yeah, it seemed like they got that late or something because Tidal got it late too. But I saw the video.
I think Spotify
released it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because it depends on who your distributor is, and you don't pick a plan to pre-release it.
You know, so most of these artists be putting the music on the platform they got themselves. So,
I mean, it just goes by order of when it finally goes through. Because, well, me and DNA had different like plans on DistroKid, but I know you had the bigger premium plans. You could preset a date.
Yeah.
Mine, I just had the basic plan, so whenever I did it, it'd be up there like 3-4 days after.
Okay.
So I just had to kind of guesstimate of when it was going to be out on the thing.
Right. I heard both of them. Really like that. Sounds like more of a single, but it has no hook really. Break Yourself does sound a little bit Ball Like I'm Kobe-ish. But yeah, really like that. Like, yeah, it seemed like, yeah, he going for that one because of the Tay Keith beat. So.
Oh, it's a Tay Keith beat?
Yeah. It seems like he's going for that.
Heard the Tay Keith? I didn't know about that.
There's something else that dropped. Denzel Curry unlocked 1.5. I know ain't nobody listened to that.
Not yet,
right? I was like, don't doubt.
No, I ain't mean it like that. But it was basically like everybody done redid the beat, and they didn't really like that. Denzel Curry
Kenny Beats redid his own beats.
No, different producers redid the beats.
What producers do they have? Do you know it?
Alchemist. Let's see. Let's see.
Y'all over here practicing light skin poses for us, y'all. I don't know why.
No, I'm not. Watch the TV.
Let's see. Who else? Let's see who else is on. Dang, so not all of them are produced by different producers though. Like it seemed like they did certain tracks with just like differently produced. I don't know, but yeah, Alchemist did one of them though. But yeah, it's a Diet remix with Benny the Butcher, and that shit was freaking crazy.
I'm about to check that out later.
I think that's the only and Joey Badass is on there as a feature also. So
Mr. Badass.
And as far as that, anybody listen to Tory Lanez? No.
What about Mr. Reigns?
He dropped a R&B project.
Another R&B project. So he just heard that about Tory Lanez last night. He just gonna creep back into R&B and forget all this shit happened, huh? In my spirit, I can't bring myself to really fuck with anything he puts out anymore. Like, and it's not necessarily it's not necessarily that I'm saying the music is bad. It's just something that, like, you know what I'm saying, it just feels morally wrong, you know. And I'm not saying that to, you know, try to be like some self-righteous, you know, motherfucker, like, oh, it's just like, bro, like, the way you've been moving around this whole Meg Thee Stallion thing has just been suspect the entire time. Like, I mean, you had, even before they brought out the charges, you had multiple chances to come out and say your half of the story instead of just hanging back because you felt like it was the right thing to do. Nah, nigga, if somebody attacking your character, you supposed to speak up, and you chose not to.
Well, I feel like,
and I'm talking about before the charges was put out, when this people bonded him out before they even charged him. He had every ample opportunity, because she came right out and said, you know, Tory did this.
Right.
In the story. He thought the album was at that point, I'm thinking like, all right, Tory, you're supposed to come out and, you know, defend yourself at least. You know what I'm saying? I would have been cool if he had at least done that. But the fact that he let it sit for so long, then chose to say something, then chose to fake capitalize. Let's say fake capitalize off of that incident by releasing an album about it. Like, you know, whether the music is good or not is irrelevant. It's just the timing was terrible. To me, you might not agree, but, you know. No, I'm going to say it like this. I'm talking about Andrew. I see his face. He chose not to answer as Tory Lanez. He chose to answer as Daystar. Oh, you created an excuse for the man. No, I'm not making no excuses. Trust me. He fucked up on all accounts. But, I mean, it's just the fact that that's his whole logic behind it. He didn't answer as Tory Lanez. Tory is the nigga that did all the extra. But Daystar is covering up for him. Daystar is like, no, it didn't happen like this. It happened like this. But I ain't gonna lie. I may give him a listen. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I gotta give credit where credit is due. It's not like he puts out bad music, so I have to. I will give it a listen. Like I said, he's not a bad musician. He's still the same musician, the same rapper, but it's like, I don't know, man. This is me and, you know, and I sound like a hypocrite because there's a lot of, like, niggas who got, you know, shaky characters that I'm, like, listening to. And it's like, you know.
A lot of niggas, but I'll listen to the first two. So far, so good. The second one got
features on there. Who's featured?
Nobody's featured except for Chris Brown.
You knew that was gonna be the only collaborator. It makes all the sense now.
It seems like ain't nobody gonna collaborate with him until after they know what the fuck happened with the trial shit. So yeah,
it's up in the air.
Right.
No, I don't think his career is like canceled or nothing like that. I just feel like when the new Toronto 3 came out at the top of 2020, or at the first half of 2020, he was literally like on pace to be like he was on his way up, you know?
Right.
Like he's been on a steady incline for years, and he was finally on his way up. And then that happened, and it just started, like, it didn't tank, but it didn't help it, you know?
Right.
It tanked.
Well, his Rolodex got thinner. I'll say that. Like, the number of people he could call to do features and shit got thinner and thinner and thinner the more he wasted time and didn't say anything. So
I mean, he thought he was slick, which it almost did work when he was trying to get that cocky
shit. And that's the problem with niggas like that.
That debating feature he thought was going to try to change shit up.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Like, sure.
Right, honestly,
he done work with both Meg and Torre and shit.
Like, look, y'all saw that. I'm just trying to get to this money.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we can.
Nope, we ain't talk about the last one. We ain't talk about Drake.
There's 2 more. It's not, well, this one ain't really important, but I think we should bring it up. The Coming to America soundtrack.
I haven't heard it yet.
I haven't heard it yet.
I didn't even know it was out. Is it out?
It's out.
Yeah, it's out. It's got a couple of good songs on it. It's got a Bobby Sessions and Megan Thee Stallion collab. Tiana Taylor.
Who was Bobby Sessions?
Is that one of them niggas from Love and Hip Hop? That's what he sound like.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know who he is per se. I just know the song was good. YG and Big Sean got a song on there called Go Big.
I heard that before it came out. Before the full soundtrack came out. It's cool.
We got Smash the Crowd by Public Enemy with Ice-T and PMD.
I don't think I want to hear that.
Wow. All right.
We got a Gladys Knight song on there.
I don't know if I want to hear that. Go ahead. I'm not trying to disrespect. I just don't. I said I don't know if I want to hear that. I just don't know if I want to hear that.
You cannot care for it, but don't say that.
All right.
You feel me? Don't be disrespectful, dad.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just said I don't know if I want to hear that.
Then we got a In Vogue, Salt and Pepper, and a Randy Watson collab from the first Coming to America.
You probably gonna hear that regardless.
Yeah, you gonna hear that. And you gonna hear that. I would just say that. And then John Legend has the John Legend, Burna Boy, and Dial Rogers has one of the main songs on there. Coming to America.
Really good. I'm really good. Go ahead.
He said I'm really good.
Let's talk about the specific things. He's not
exactly. I was like, he's not.
You know what? He gonna hate me for saying this, but his music palette is not as expensive as he thinks it is.
All right. Sure.
I'm just saying.
All right. That's fine.
He gonna give Megan Thee Stallion song.
I just don't.
More credit than the Gladys Knight song. That's what I was confused at. I think you gonna give him more credit.
No, it's not even that. But okay.
I mean, you more than welcome to explain it. I don't know what.
We will find out soon. That's all I can say. But anywho,
Arbery.
Yeah.
Right.
Mr. Graham.
Drake.
Heat. Straight heat. All 3 songs.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
That's all I got to say. There's no bad song on there. And if you say it's a bad song on there, you're just hating. Like, that's just pure hate.
I was just like, Drake haters are just gonna come out strong with it. They
just gonna come out strong, just hating. Like, this
is there more than how many of these songs are gonna be on his actual album though?
It depends on which song pops off.
What's Next is the best one out of the 3 to me.
And that might be
the best one out of the 3?
No, the best one out of the 3 is definitely Lemon Pepper freestyle.
Right.
Stop it. No.
Yes, it is. It is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Crazy
Alrighty.
You might want to go re-listen.
You need to re-listen. You need to re-listen.
To it all day, and it won't change my opinion.
Alrighty.
Was cold.
He did have a
freestyle. That nigga was spitting on that.
Right. Exactly.
We all know Lemon Pepper freestyle probably gonna make it on Certified Lover Boy. What's next is gonna be the single.
Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt that.
Be the single for sure, but it's the single now. But it's the single now because he done put a video out for it. But
exactly. Once It Means and Lemon Pepper freestyle are the two that I'm going to pick. That's going to be on that album on Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah, he don't know nothing. But all right, that's cool.
Put it like this. Drake don't grab too many features when it comes to his album mode sometimes. What you say? In the last few albums, Drake ain't had a lot of collabs.
That's not true.
In the last few...
I'll give you Scorpion. I'll give you that. But
I was going to say Scorpion ain't have maybe what?
I can't give you views. Nothing was the same.
I'm not taking views.
And if you read this, I can't give you that because he doesn't have more life. I'm telling me this though. How many songs are collab though? Out of like 16 songs. Quite a few. Out of 16 songs, just that random. Quite a few. What? Okay, I'll say he was definitely on his like mostly solo dolo shit on Scorpion. Like he barely had any features on. He definitely didn't have no rap features except for Hov. So that's what I'm saying. This is like these are gonna count as his features for the album. Probably not. You never know. You never know what type of mood he's in.
Right.
Certified Lover Boy.
I don't know. Would you rather have? Would you say that Drake is better on albums when he has features, or is he better on albums when he's by himself?
His albums with features have been more successful than his albums with the least.
I didn't say successful. I said better. An album can be trash.
I'm saying from my personal opinion and factual kind of wise. To be honest with you, I want to take care of Drake back. But I don't know if that Drake's ever going to make a guest stop, a hello, anything like that.
You talking about a guest spot? Hello?
Because every year is a different Drake. I don't know what Drake we get this year.
Yeah,
this might be Trap Drake. Trap Drake.
I have no clue. That's the thing about Drake is like you think you can predict what he's gonna do, and then he'll do something completely different from what you expect him to do, and then some people will find themselves disappointed, and he tried to do something new. Like one thing that people complain about in music daily, especially with artists who have as much longevity as some of these guys do. Is that their act gets stale, like they want something new, and then when they give you something new, it's like go back to what you were doing before. So what do you want? Like, do you want me to stay
I got the perfect example for that too.
Like I said, I don't mind different Drake. I'm not saying go back to it. I just want the Drake that kind of set it off. The Drake that was like, that nigga Drake. Because to be honest with you, my realest opinion, as long as I don't get nothing Scorpion, like Scorpion will never be in my top favorite of Drake's albums. It only gave me 3 songs. No, I'll take it back by 5. With both sides put together.
Yeah, that's it.
As long as Drake stays consistent, I'll be okay. What was your example, DNA?
I know y'all didn't hear this guy, but did y'all know Chance dropped something?
Yeah, I knew he dropped something. I haven't heard it yet. The rapper?
Yeah, Chance the rapper, yes.
The rapper?
He dropped a video. It's only on YouTube. So yeah.
That's why.
And I'm guessing the reason why he did that is because of the sample he used.
Talking about the heart and the tongue.
Huh? Wait, what happened?
Talking about the heart and the tongue.
Yes. It is about the best thing that dropped today. So.
Really, the best thing that dropped today.
Whoa.
As far as content and what he was speaking about.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as what he was speaking about. So.
I hear you, but do I really hear you is the question.
As far as what he was talking about, since y'all haven't heard it, I won't speak on it too much, but I feel like he was going in the direction he was supposed to go in before his so-called debut. Like, he was going in that direction. So it was like a mix between his debut, again, air quotes around that, and what was the last one? Coloring Book. It's like a mix between that, but not really, because there was like no cursing at all, but he's spitting for real. So I felt like we should have got that, like a whole album full of that instead of the Big Day, because that shit is better than the Big Day shit. So he made me want to fucking start writing again. So, but yeah, that's something. Basically, a lot of people is like, where's Chance on drugs? Where's acid rap Chance and shit like that? So we should just accept that man for his growth. He's married now with kids and shit. We should just accept that man for what he's giving us right now. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Yeah. Wait, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was updating myself to make sure what I was looking at was confirmed. So, I mean, I guess it's confirmed for the most part. DJ Vlad and Lil Yachty got into it. Who got into it? Lil Yachty and DJ Vlad. I don't care about it. I mean, it's not really a beef. It was just more so like, because they said they was going at war, and I was like, the hell? So I clicked on it to find out. So long story short, the last time Yachty was on an interview, Vlad posted after it saying it seems like him, he trying to basically say that Yachty confirmed that him and Uzi aren't friends anymore. Then Yachty go on there and call Vlad him a bitch, called him an FBI agent. I ain't never say that, stop twisting my words around. And then
Yachty say that?
Huh?
Did Yachty say that?
From what Yachty saying, he didn't say that. He just said it was kind of But Vlad said,
"Where's the interview?" That's gonna be the deciding factor. Like, whatever came out his mouth is what he said.
Exactly.
I don't care how he meant it.
Because this is what Vlad said about it. He said, "Nobody twisting your words. If you and Lil Uzi Vert were cool, and you said watch the video yourself before you start accusing people of twisting words that you said yourself. Kids they love to play victim and blame everybody else for their own actions." Then he said, "Nigga, it don't mean we not cool. It means I let not speak on the situation." So in other words, when they asked him about it, he hit him with the
Yeah. So no, that's not Vlad twisting his words around. That's just the way that
as you basically said.
That's just basically saying you don't want to talk about it. But
you sum it up, y'all not cool.
Like, if y'all not cool for whatever fucking reason, y'all not cool. It really doesn't matter to me. I don't know why that's news if two rappers ain't cool, but if you're not cool with a person, around JT. Be like, yeah. If you're not cool with a person and somebody asks you about it, and all you say is because you don't want to speak on it, that really just lets people know that y'all not cool no more. But like I said, why is that news? Why is that news that Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert ain't cool? Like, why is that news? What does that do for Yachty's fan base or Uzi's fan base. Because they're going to come with the potential disses. Then they're going to bring up the whole, they were in the same double XL.
I guarantee that Uzi's diss will be better.
I mean, he knows that. I mean, that's just me being real, because Uzi go crazy. Yachty is gonna mumble, but I feel like this. Yachty gonna have a raw ass beat though. I'm telling you this though. Who cares? No one cares that Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert would be beefing. I don't care if they are. No one cares. Right now. No, ain't no right now, nothing. Even if they were beefing today, right now, as we speak, ain't nobody really gonna care. They gonna care for maybe 2 days, talk some shit on Twitter and Instagram, and then be over it. I bet you it's the same. It's the same amount of people that you're saying that said the same thing about Drake and Meek Mill's beef, but it actually happened about it after a while. Look. I'll be it took 2 songs for it to actually be considered. I explained this on the podcast before. Meek Mill shot himself in the foot with that beef. He shot himself in the foot because he was not coming with that tweets. Look, he got pissed because Drake ain't retweet the album. Then he gonna shoot himself in the foot by saying Drake don't write his own raps. Then when Drake come at you, which is something that he did not do at the time, instead of coming right back down, all you did was go to Twitter and talk shit. Then release a subpar ass diss and expect people to be behind. And then you the Undertaker thing. The fuck out of here. Like, you shot yourself in the foot with that. Don't nobody care. Drake basically done won because you took too long to put a diss out. You put 2 out before you put your 1 trash one. It's fucked up when the nigga from the day that he came out of nowhere and said the shit was trash. He used his shit. And it's not. And yeah, back to back got nominated for a Grammy, but that literally was the least of my personal, like, oh my God moment. Like, what I was saying is like you see the hype of random beef can start. Of course. Mm-hmm. But I also see how quickly that hype dies down. Yeah. I mean, I think it. Beefs in hip hop now are literally just, oh, he said something about me that I didn't like, or oh, he didn't do this, so I don't fuck with him. Because we're in the era of social media. It's not like how back in the day niggas would hit the pager on a random line and just call you post ass nigga. You right. I mean, it's a different time now, so I can't really compare it to how beef worked in the past. But it's just like these rap beefs that these niggas be having now are literally meaningless. Meaningless as fuck. Every rap beef has been meaningless, but like the East Coast West Coast beef, people died behind that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no beef topping that. The Jay-Z and Nas beef, it was a great beef, but it was just like, what? Like, I get what y'all was beefing about, but at the end of the day, it's like, neither of y'all respected the other. That's why y'all was beefing. I mean, the Biggie attack war. I'm saying, like, people, that came out of, I feel like that came out of a misconstruction of things, but. Oh, that's true, but beef really comes from. It's a broad topic. It's not really a broad topic, but all I'm saying is that beef in 2021 is like, that dude either did something I don't like, not necessarily to me, but I just don't work with that, or he said something, or he ain't support something, or he thinks he's this and he thinks he's that, and it's like, nah, man, like y'all literally beefing over nothing at all. Straight. And people gonna care for like a week or two and then be over it. Unless one of you motherfuckers meet in the street and box, but y'all not. Don't nobody care. Yeah. So I guess you don't care about Randy Orton and Soulja Boy. I don't care about that either. I just thought it was funny. That shit is straight hilarious. And then Bow Wow got involved too out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck? Bow Wow ain't got nothing else to do. Speaking of Bow Wow, I mean, he said he wanted to join WWE and he's supposedly training for it anyway. But Bow Wow, I was in the beauty supply a couple weeks ago and I seen
he got some hair products out, like some brushes and some do-rags and some stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
So I tweeted and said that, oh, this nigga Bow Wow make brushes now, and that nigga literally retweeted it and tweeted back at me and said, I got my hands in everything. I'm like, oh, okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, ain't nothing wrong with what he said. No. There was nothing wrong with what he said.
No. I get it. It's just the fact that he tweeted, I know I got my hands in everything. It's the choice of words, though.
Like, he basically told me what I already knew, and I just tweeted back at that nigga like, say less. Say less, bro. I'm not knocking your hustle. I'm actually one of the people that still got it. Like, I'm actually one of the people in the world that still has respect for you. So,
Right, yeah.
I mean, yeah, because it's like
Bow Wow's like
this where he came from.
I can admit one of my first CDs was Bow Wow. I don't have it no more, but I had a Bow Wow CD. So, and I probably had at least 2 of them, at least. But man, I don't get the hate.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you had Doggy Bag, you are suspect. What?
Oh, okay.
I looked away for 2 seconds.
If you had the Bow Wow album Doggy Bag, and that goes for anybody listening or YouTube, if you had the album Doggy Bag in your possession, you are suspect. I'll let you slide with Beware Dog, but if you had Doggy Bag, you're suspect.
Explain. I didn't have it, but
I
had
the first one, and I had Wanted.
Okay, I'll let you have. I'll let you. I don't know if I'll let Wanted slide. I don't know. I gotta think about that.
And right now,
I really gotta think about that one because
I got New Jack City Part 2 right now. I got pole in my basement. That wasn't
I'm not saying nothing about the songs. I'm just saying, you know how I feel about you still having that in your possession is what I'm saying.
Well, I guess.
Oh no.
I like some of the songs on there, man.
At the time it's cool, but now it's like, would you sit down and press play on that?
Only on 2 songs. 2 songs out of all that, yeah. Like 2 songs. But yeah, man.
Just 2 guys.
Man, I'm a fan of rap, man. That's it, bro.
I'm not. That's not. Yeah. But I reason I say Doggy Bag is suspect because it's like I don't know. It's not. It's a few songs on there. Like I haven't heard them, but just the names of them is it's like this album really seems like it was geared more towards the ladies than anything. That's why I said what I said about Wanted, because I'm like, I don't know, like.
Well, so was New Jack City Part 2. That was geared towards.
Not the whole thing.
Well, yeah, not the whole thing, but yeah, it was. Like, he always been for the ladies, bro. He sold out when he was a teenager, bro. He sold out arenas when he was a teenager. Or younger than that.
Yes,
but,
I know.
Yeah, but it's like, we can't have no hate towards Bow Wow, man. Some of our first CDs, and if you lying,
I just want him to understand that I don't think he's like in his early 30s. I still don't think that it's sunk in that he's not as
big as
he's not as famous as he used to be.
Right? Yeah, he can still spit though.
Like he's famous enough to where you know his name and you know his past, so you have to respect his career because he was, like you said, he was selling out. He sold 3 million records his debut album. He's a multi-platinum artist. He's a not box office king. I say his movies have gone number 1, a couple of them.
Depends on which one.
And I'll say, that's what I'm saying, a couple of them. And I'll say that he definitely had the ladies on lock. But it's like, he's not as famous as he used to be. And I don't think he's like fully realized it yet.
Right.
I think he just hasn't realized it as far as his music career.
It's cool to have an outlet in other things, like business and everything like that, which is why, like, something like making hair care products is something I can respect. Because it's like, you got your hands in everything. Good. You're supposed to have your hands in everything. Especially when music ain't working like that for you,
Right.
Shit. His do-rags is damn near one of the most popular things niggas would grab just to say they got it.
Right.
You gotta go copy a Bow Wow do-rag now since he retweeted you. You gotta put more money in it. More money in this pocket. That ain't a cent out of me. You bought the brush. No. I didn't. I really didn't.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, damn, like, because at first I didn't think it was him. I'm like, that look like Bow Wow. But then I was like, nah, maybe it's just his image on it. And then I looked. I'm like,
yeah.
The whole brush apparently has like it's got something about it. It had a case on it too, like a case for the other brush. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's a two-sided brush with a case on it.
Innovative shit. So we was gonna get into what's the topic? Oh yeah, that's right.
How you gonna start the show and not know the topic?
I know the topic. Damn.
So one job. You had one job.
So we was gonna go over the albums that got to 10. It's the decade.
Yep.
It's a decade old.
Class. A lot of important albums turned 10 this year. You gotta love them. A lot of important projects turned 10 this year. Not just a lot of mixtape career changing ones.
So I'm gonna name one that I didn't know. One of them I did not know that it was gonna be 10 this year. Big Boy's first album.
What's it called? Sorry, Lucius Left Foot.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna. I was like, damn, seriously, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been 10 years, man.
That's crazy that it was.
You're not old yet.
And then one of DJ Khaled albums, Victory.
Nope, We the Best Forever. Victory turned 10 last year. Wow. He did his homework.
Okay.
That's the album with I'm on One and Welcome to the Hood.
Okay.
What's the other song? Yeah, them a couple songs on there. Them was the two big singles though, but
okay, yeah.
Because Welcome to My Hood was like the street single. It was hot on radio, and I'm on One was like the smash.
Right, yeah. So anybody got to listen?
DJ Khaled owes a lot of his career to that song, like how it flourished after that song came out.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
On August 11th, 2011, 2021 as of this year, Dream Chasers 1 will turn 10 this year. On August 11th. Following that, Watch the Throne turn 10 this year.
Yeah.
Damn. Does it? I think it's in August. Is it in August? You can look that up if you get your phone on here. I do. I got my pulling them up as I go.
Yeah, I can't find. I did have a list, but I can't find that shit now.
Hey, I got you right now. You go to August 8th. Yep, August 8th. You go to Google and type up hip hop albums 2011 or something like that, or whatever album you could think of. Yeah, I got 3 of them so far. I just named one of them. What else turns 10 this year? ASAP Rocky's Live Love. ASAP turns 10 this year, I believe.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see.
Great project. Great artist. First time I ever heard Purple Swag, I was obsessed.
I think I was playing Peso more.
Yeah, I was too. But I'm saying, like, that's the song that made me, like, obsessed. Like, I gotta hear more of this nigga. And then I heard Peso, and it was like, oh, yeah. Peso still to me is a top 10 ASAP Rocky record. Like, he's released so much stuff, but it's like that's definitely still a top 10 to me.
Slaughterhouse released their EP.
Yep, That Means Evil came out 10 years ago. The EP.
Lupe Fiasco released Lasers.
I thought that was 2010. That wasn't 2010? That might have been 2011. I don't know. Like, those two, like, I think it was just because of high school that I felt like those years ran together. But
E40 dropped 2.
I wasn't a fan of Lasers like that. I really wasn't.
This is.
I thought it was too commercial for him, honestly. I like Out of My Head though, but
dang, when let's see, well,
I got one for you.
What's that?
January 11th, Schoolboy dropped the album. What album was it though? No one had this contradiction.
Setbacks.
Bingo. Setbacks. That already turned 10. I thought that turned 10 next year. No, that came out January 11th. No, I'm talking about Habits and Contradictions, not Setbacks. Oh, that turns 10 next year. Okay, that's what I thought. You are right on that. What's that song? That song. Frank Ocean's Nostalgia Ultra turns 10 this year. Yeah. Lil B, Angels Exodus turned 10 this year. Who? Lil B. Thanks, guy.
Wiz Khalifa, Rolling Papers.
One of my favorite albums. What's that? That Lil B shit? No, not that. The Wiz Khalifa one. Oh, that was just a fun fact. Yeah, Rolling Papers definitely times 10. I think it's this month.
Goblin. Tyler the Creator. Yeah,
that's crazy, bro. That's really crazy to me. The Goblin, that being 10 drives my mind. That blows my mind. It don't even feel like it's been 10 years. Man, we're going all the way back to when that man ate that roach just for one time. I remember where I was at when I heard that song for the first time, and I ain't gonna lie, I was ditching class when I first heard it. I ain't gonna cap with you. I was ditching class when I first heard that. Yeah. Definitely had my ass where I was not supposed to be at.
Let's see.
Listening to that shit. What else? Lil Kim, Black Friday, the mixtape. Who? Lil Kim. Oh, the mixtape where she basically went and tried to diss Nicki and it kind of backfired. Bingo. It's been 10 years. 10 years, guys. Yeah, she tried. And that came out the day after Valentine's Day.
Big Sean, Finally Famous. His first album.
Boy, I am not the biggest fan of that album. I'm not. When that first came out, I was, but as it's aged, it hasn't aged well. It definitely sounds like an album from 2011.
Kendrick Lamar, Section 80.
Love it. Section 80. Absolutely. Everybody put 3 fingers in the air. Pow. Absolutely love that. I still listen to that like it just came out. So. Not the actual album,
of course,
but
Watch
the
the Throne
version of
it. Ace Hood, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That's the one with Hustle Hard on it. Yeah.
The Carter 4 turned 10 this year.
No, he just turns 10 March 8th. He just said that. He did. God damn it. I'm catching up because I'm like.
I only said that because
ones I don't care.
I only said that because he mentioned something with Wayne on it. What you just say?
Hustle Hard.
Yeah, Hustle Hard the remix. Yeah, because I'm thinking like that was right after Wayne got out of jail. He was literally just killing everything that came his way. Features, Carter 4 was like cool, but like every feature that came his way, he was like killing that shit, even if it was the simplest song.
That was the year.
Hold on one second.
I got Gucci Man.
Oh yeah, Gucci Man.
On 6.
Gucci Man and Waka Flocka Ferrari Boys.
The Ferrari Boys tape. I got
Success is certain. Royce the 5'9". Let's see. The Game Red album.
I got a love-hate relationship with that album. It's like
why is that?
Like because the first half of it I like, and then the second half is like iffy to me.
Okay.
You seen this before?
Second half.
Called Widows.
So you talk. Wait, second half. You mean like?
I think every song after Heavy Artillery, I'm a little iffy on.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. But see, once we get down to the end,
the end is cool.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, once we get down to the end, that's when it picks back up. Like Boy in the Trap, Mama Knows, and California Dream. That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was
good. Let's see. What else?
I said the Carter 4 already, right?
Yeah, you said that.
I don't know. What y'all think of that album?
It was
before.
I felt like it was. I didn't need to buy it because it didn't have that same feel. Like it sort of did, but didn't.
The Carter 4?
Right? Yeah, it
what
didn't
you mean the same feel?
Like
that's what
I feel like the Carter 3.
They set the bar too high.
Wait, what?
They set the bar too high. People were expecting him to be like Carter 3 level Wayne coming straight out of jail, and he wasn't that no more. Like, you know, I'm not saying he was terrible because he wasn't, but people had a certain expectation for the Carter 4, and they didn't get it. So it was more disappointing than terrible, you know.
Because
it's a solid album. Like, it's definitely a solid album for sure.
Right.
It's definitely one of my favorites. Personally, I would go so far as to say there's no skips on it, but I'd be lying to myself. So
it depends on who you ask. Because I didn't see any skips on it.
Now, but a lot of people will. Yeah,
now I would do some skips, but that's just me personally. Because as time goes on, I don't want to hear certain songs from it. But when I first bumped it or first got it, on repeat all the time. But
I believe Dirty Sprite 1 times 10 this year too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's either that or True Story, one of the two, or both.
I'm going date wise, so I'm in the month of April. Well, I just got to the month of May.
J. Cole.
May 10th is when Goblin turns.
J. Cole first album.
Yeah, Sideline Story.
Yep.
That album is actually, better than people thought it was. Even with all the older songs.
It's aged bad.
Yeah, you're right. It did age kind of bad. It didn't sound like some shit that came out when it came out. But that's not to say that it's terrible. Like, I remember people were saying why he used all these old songs and this, that, and the third, and I'm just like, I think it was just the way that Hov was pressuring him to put it out. And, like y'all know, he didn't have no single. That's how Work Out came out. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he was just going to put the album out as is. And then Hov was like, you need a single or we ain't going to put it out. And he made that.
Except Rocky.
We might not even have. Well, no, let me not say that. I ain't gonna say that. I don't think he would have. Honestly, don't think he would have been as successful later in his career without that song. Honestly,
right?
Yeah, it did definitely give it a push it needed. But as far as that album itself, it just up, and then just like as time goes on. Mainly, everybody only remember that song and Workout.
But I'm trying to figure out if
they barely talk about who that.
If Hov told him that he needed a single to lead off the album, why didn't he just put "Can't Get Enough" out first? If it was already on the album when he presented it, because they ended up making it a single anyway. So
you would think that, but I think he was hoping Workout would probably be bigger.
It was bigger, but. It is definitely a bigger song than Can't Get Enough, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of you got to have a single or the album's not coming out, you could have just put that out because you put it out anyway. So instead of having to make Workout and then having to make a song like Let Nas Down to apologize for making said song.
You gonna make this nigga apologize to your enemy? Hey, apologize to that nigga because I don't even like him and you let him down. I'll be damned if I feel some type of way. But the new boys, y'all, the guys that named Jerkin, they're
I'm
almost
good.
7 years old today.
I don't know if they give a fuck about them niggas, man.
I'm good.
Self-Made Volume 1 came out May 23rd.
Damn, it's been 10 years since Self-Made Volume 1?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
And they had Currency, Jadakiss, Jeremiah, Cole, Sci-Hi, and French Montana.
No, I mean, I already was a fan of all three of those guys when the album came out, but I was literally like a fucking stan after that came out. You couldn't tell me shit about Maybach music back then at all.
And then the single "I'm a Boss" turns 10 on May 17th. And Tupac's back May. You couldn't go nowhere without hearing Tupac's back. Or
yeah,
you couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
But I still play that shit.
You saying back then when it came out, you couldn't go no place.
That's what I'm saying. That shit aged very well.
For sure.
Tupac didn't, but I'm a Boss definitely did.
Yeah, I could feel this like it just came out. So.
Did you say Tech 9 already?
No, I ain't say that.
All 6s and 7s released on June 7th.
Yeah, I didn't listen. I didn't listen to Tech 9. I just became like halfway familiar with him.
I just knew the name of the time. Now I know more of what he does, but back then, I just knew his name.
Yeah.
Did we talk about Rolling Papers? I want to talk about that first.
You mentioned it, but briefly, yeah.
When it came out, my feeling was that it was different. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting, especially since Cabin Fever came out right before that. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting.
Right. Yeah. I feel like it's underrated too. I feel like
for sure, it's definitely underrated.
That's one that really didn't age well, but it didn't age badly. It's just that, like, it just don't, like y'all said, don't get the credit it deserves. Because it definitely had strong hits on it.
That's really, to me, that's exactly what it is. It's an album full of hits. That's it. That's really it.
Because the first
one of those songs could have came out and been like not exactly the chart topper that Black and Yellow was, but it could have took
the
off.
First 4 songs of the album were on the chart. Well, at least 3 of those 4. On My Level, Black and Yellow, and Roll Up. And When I'm Gone was on there. I take that back. It wasn't.
Yeah, When I'm Gone, the first song. I think my favorite song is. It might still be Hopes and Dreams, because that's what it was when it came out. So mine was The Race. I love that.
Oh,
it didn't hit me the way that Hopes and Dreams did. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it, because The Race definitely hit me nicely. As far as Hopes and Dreams, that's right behind it. And if I swear to God, if Wiz were to like have a like show, and he's just saying, I just want to ship a roller paper, I would probably be there, probably one of the motherfuckers singing the loudest. I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta ask him which one or two. Because I think I remember literally. I think I can probably sit here and listen to it and remember every single word. I might be rusty in a couple songs, but I know if I hear Taylor Gang at a Wiz concert again, I will lose my shit. When I say I was at that Wiz and Snoop concert, the last one I went to, when that came on, boy, I wasn't even in a mosh pit, but the lawn and garden seats made their own mosh pit. We was all the way in the back. Are you Taylor? Gang, I was dead. We didn't even mention Cabin Fever, because it do turn 10 this year. Damn, that's right. Homicide was like a family list. Careers aged well better between Wiz and Big Sean. Whose career aged better? That's a good question. In terms of who has more chart success, or just in general? I mean, if you go chart success, it's probably Wiz.
Yeah, Wiz. Definitely Wiz.
Because it's only about the same for about a year. So, Wiz Khalifa has plenty of platinum singles, but he has 2 Billboard Hot 100 singles. Number 1 Billboard Hot 100 singles to his name. Big Sean does not. So he got like a big advantage over him when it comes to chart success. Because I mean, it was more so because the songs that Sean should have had that were chart toppers they also went against some tough competitors at the time. See, that's the thing. I feel like when Sean releases it, it's kind of like how the whole, like, if you think about it, something like how J. Cole dropped something the same day as J. Cole did. I mean, J. Cole dropped something the same day as Kanye did. You got 2 big heavy hitters coming at each other. One gonna have to take that L. Big Sean just kind of really faced that L a lot of times in those weeks. Because I Don't Fuck With You should have been number 1. Yeah. But
it went like 4 or 5 times platinum though, so.
At that time, in 2011, Roller Papers to me was a better album to me than Finally Famous was. To me, I could listen to Roller Papers up and down, back and forth. So Finally Famous definitely got, like, going back to it. If I would go back to it, definitely got some stuff. Back then, I could probably listen to maybe like 3 songs on there. Now, of course, now that I've listened to Sean more than I did, I can listen to maybe half of the album, but it's like, it's not, I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's not like Rolling Papers was. Rolling Papers, because I was a Wiz head back then when he came out. I was even contemplating on getting that patch. I definitely had the Chucks and the camo shorts. Wearing at the school, damn it, all the time. Throwing up the Rockstar symbol. Taylor Gang, all that shit. I don't know, just like, as far as like fan popularity, Wiz definitely aged well as far as that. And I feel like whenever Wiz decides to come back to music, he'll probably get that same. No, I'm saying like when he comes back to be like, I'm dropping an album or I'm gonna drop some like singles, I still can't get that same pop. It might be a minute to get another. It's album. Going on what? As far as an album, it's going on what? 3 years now? 4? About 30, almost.
Yeah, 3.
I can tell you right now. Got my phone with me.
Let's talk about Ambition, Wale. So that's his first under MMG.
Yep. It's arguably, I can't even say arguably his best album because it's up there, but.
I remember when it first came out, like a lot of people was like this sounds like an R&B. Yeah.
They didn't like it.
Yeah,
they thought it. Because the one thing I remember people saying was that Wale didn't fit within the mold of what MMG looked like.
Right.
As far as his music style. but I liked M&G for him because it gave him the opportunity not only to do something different, but Ross gave him the creative freedom to keep doing the shit that he wanted to do. Yeah, he trusted him. And he trusted him. You know, he didn't have nobody coming in trying to tell him, all right, you shouldn't do that, or this don't sound like some shit that somebody will want to hear, or nothing like that. He let him stay true to what he was doing.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
And it's not like Ross was like force feeding him songs and saying, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. Like, Wale chose to do those songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Wale, of course, Wale wasn't his own. I don't think Wale would have let it been that way anyway, even if that was the case. Just how Wale, just kind of like how he operates. That turns 10 officially November 1st. I just passed a good one.
So,
or a couple, actually.
It was a couple songs on here. You say what?
Take Care turns 10 this year.
Oh, yeah, Take Care.
Weekend at Bernie's turns 10 this year.
And all three of the Weeknd's first mixtapes came out 10 years ago.
So you might as well just say trilogy.
No, I won't say trilogy. I would name them individually.
Just say fucking trilogy.
Thursday, House of Balloons, and Echoes of Silence.
Yeah, I have all three. I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to say trilogy when they talk about it. It's okay.
No, they're not. They would name them individually.
Depending on who we're talking about, dude. If we talking about mainstream media, they're going to probably say trilogy. Or they're going to sum it up being trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about it in a second. Hold on. So what y'all think was the better tape out of the three of those?
I think it's like a tie between House of Balloons and Thursday, because I like both of them like equally the same.
Tie between which ones?
Thursday and House of Balloons.
Mm-hmm.
I like them like pretty much the same. Like Echoes of Silence, I feel like that was like almost a transition to where he is now, like what he's doing now, like sort of.
All right, I got a better question. Which one was the most depressing? To y'all, which one was the most depressing to y'all? Because I would definitely say Echoes of Silence is the most depressing sounding.
Yeah,
what, bro? That shit was sad.
Yeah.
Like you got the Juicy J song on there. It still felt the sad.
Oh, no, song he was just talking shit.
Still counts.
Yeah, it do count. He was featured on it, so
it just like that. I was just like, it's hurtful.
Oh my god, it's hurtful. I don't know. I'm kind of biased now. Maybe about a year ago, I'd have probably told you House of Balloons was the best one, but over the course,
I guess we all had three differences because I was picking Thursday.
No, because I'm saying like over the course of last year, it was like I didn't change my mind, but I actually took a deep dive into Thursday, deeper than I've ever done, and I'm kind of like on the fence with the two of those. So,
I mean, Birds 1 and 2, and then Zone carried the song for me.
Yeah.
And I do have to correct myself. Trilogy came out the year later. That was my bad.
And they added 3 extra songs, so.
And all the 3 of them songs was good, so.
Yeah.
I just want to know. I would personally ask him if I knew him or like could talk to him. I'd be like, "How did you choose which songs went on which project?" But as far as Take Care is concerned, nigga, I told y'all the story about me and that album. Like, me and that album got we like this. So we like we like that.
Like Wi-Fi.
I bought that movie with dollars and some quarters that I found in my pocket. So
oh yeah, that's the one. October 11th, 2011. DJ Drama's Third Power album came out.
Before we go to that,
wow.
Before we get to that,
and I only say boo because it's no secret that out of the two major DJs to put albums out in those days, DJ Khaled was putting out the better albums.
Right.
I mean, no secret. I mean, think about it. Kelly has a better roster for it.
No, don't sit there and say that because they had access to the same amount of people.
Exactly.
They had access to the same people.
You know who gonna fuck with who better.
No, I'm saying though, like, how is it? Especially when, just to veer off of 2011 for a second. In 2012, when Quality Street Music, which is DJ Drama's album, and we Kiss the Ring, which is DJ Khaled's album. DJ Khaled's album is clearly better, but they literally have access to the same fucking artists. So it's not up to the DJ. It's not up to the DJs. It's not to the DJ necessarily. It's to the producers that they pick and the beats that they pick. DJ Khaled has a great ear for beats.
Right.
It's unmatched. But I don't know. It's like DJ Drama's career is story just because of all the mixtapes that he didn't talk shit on. So it's like you expect him to come with some shit, and it's like it was disappointing every single time.
I mean, and they weren't disappointed. They were just subpar. They weren't the
disappointing is another word for subpar. It's like you like it, but you don't like it.
I just didn't want to say. I didn't want to say the same thing without saying it in a different way. I try to be nicer about it, but it is.
You can't be nice to these people. That's why they get away with shit like that.
Shit, you don't know me anyway. I mean, it did have the very popular song on there. Which
is on there too. You said it. I forgot about Oh My.
The remix is better.
Ain't no way around it.
I mean, I guess the only thing I got asked about that was like, which version was better of Oh My?
The remix.
Trey Songz, Chainz, and Big Sean, or the original with Fab, Roscoe, and Wiz?
The remix.
That's a good question. I think the remix is better.
The original, because Wiz verse.
Man.
Come on. Ooh, girl, your ass is super thick. A lot of chicks in the club. You the baddest in this bitch. Ooh.
Let him have it.
Mac Miller's Blue Slide Park.
J. Cole was also on there.
What was it?
Undercover with J. Cole and Chris Brown.
I remember that. I was just listening to it yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Mac Miller Blue Slide Park. That's the
first independent rap album to go number one.
Malcolm.
You know, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I did not listen to Blue Slide Park until Watching Movies with the Sound Off came out. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
That's fine.
Because I like Mac Miller, but I wasn't a fan of his until that album, Watching Movies with the Sound Off.
Right.
Honestly, that's what made me enjoy him more, because I was like, I like Blue Slide Park, but I was like, I don't think this is gonna be his best one, because Missed Calls was like the only song I had on repeat from that whole album.
Nice. Nice. Yellow Wolf, Radioactive.
That did come out.
Oh man. So I did not at first I didn't even know who Yellow Wolf was until he's like Shine the Shady. So when like Radioactive came out, like I was rushing to this, and the album was cool, but I just like the Hard White remix better than the whole fucking album. Like the Hard White remix, like it was so crazy that because it had like some of the best lyrically capable people on it, and I was just like, yeah,
yeah, about that.
And it was just like, yeah, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and listen to this and get this out of my phone. Get the rest of this album right out of my phone. Yeah.
So also, we lost Nate Dogg.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Damn it. R.I.P. to Nate Dogg. Yeah.
Gone, never forgot. It's also the 10 year anniversary of the album, or I don't know if it's an album or a mixtape, but I'm Gay by Lil B.
Oh wow.
Mixtape. Definitely mixtape. It was a hilarious mixtape at that. Like nigga, what the fuck, Lil B? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Snoop and Wiz dropped their collab soundtrack, I guess, to Mac and Devin Go to High School.
Classic.
Which is like it's. I didn't know. I didn't.
Only works when you have soundtrack. Beautiful.
Yeah, the soundtrack was beautiful. Like I didn't know I was gonna like most of the songs on there. Like I didn't.
Kicked it off of me.
Yeah, man, that shit was so good. And then
I was like, this beat funky as hell. What's that? I'm gonna call. I'm not doing nothing, man. I'm talking about something completely unrelated.
Yeah, so talent show was unexpectedly good because they actually did a talent show in the movie. And, and that shit because I don't think the whole song wasn't in the movie.
But you know what's crazy? They did like that made a whole song of Let's Go Study though.
Right.
I was like, wait, I'm talking about Mac and Devin Go to High School. Yeah. I'm like, how y'all gonna do half a talent show, but y'all gonna do study?
Yeah, that's
what you said. I'm like, yeah, I know exactly what y'all talking about. I just wish they would have did OG on there. That should have had a part in the video.
Yeah,
Currency in the yeah, that'd been so crazy if Currency had showed up in the movie. Like that's what I was like, why is Currency not in here?
Yeah.
I was like that like they had most of the crew that was around that time in 2011. Like the whole I don't know. How do I count these people? Fun fact. Yeah. One also got released the same day Take Care got released.
What?
Did we talk about Camp by Childish Gambino?
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, we didn't talk about that.
I wasn't even a fan there to tell you the truth.
But it got snubbed so bad. Actually, no. Let me stop lying. I wasn't necessarily a fan. I had an appreciation for Donald Glover, the person. I only knew about Heartbeat at the time. I didn't hear about Bonfire until like a year later.
Yeah. I think
when you think about it and hear it, it was good, but it's just like, damn, it got shitted on by Drake, by Drake's Take Care. Yeah. Like it didn't get a like of all times you drop an album, you're gonna drop it on one of Drake's biggest career changing albums.
Right, yeah.
Cause that shit sent that nigga to the moon and then some. After he was already at the moon. He just pushed. That's what I'm saying. That nigga sent it to the stratosphere. Take Care pushed him into the upper echelon of rap. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I'm glad you said that because that also reminded me of what I want to talk to you about the next topic, but we'll discuss that later. Okay. You just reminded me again because I definitely forgot.
Okay.
Action Bronson dropped Well Done.
Yeah. I wasn't
Static Selector.
Yeah, Static Selector, yeah.
I knew I was gonna say it wrong. We had Jet World Order.
Oh, that's the Jet Life compilation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Currency dropped the album. What was it called? I think it was Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah.
Crazy.
One of my favorite. Since we talking about collab albums, I think that it's got to. I know I'm not tripping. Hold on. Give me 1 second. No, that don't mean play it. I just wanted to go to it.
Yeah, I can't get it right now.
I know that. Yeah, that came out in 2009. My bad. I thought this came out in 2011. I was talking about Wiz and Currency's album How Fly.
No, How Fly was on 9.
How Fly came out in 11. Very slept on album. Mixtape.
How Fly came out on 9 though.
Yeah, it did.
I seen them perform some of the songs off of that when they were on the 2009 tour. The shit was crazy. They came out to Car Service.
That was the best song.
They came out to Car Service. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't never been to, like, I done been to a few shows in my life, and I ain't never really gotten starstruck. But when Wiz came out the back, I was like, my jaw was on the floor almost. It was like, oh my God, bro, he's right there. Like,
the funnest events is Wiz concerts. Because it depends on who you on tour with. If you on tour with Snoop, lit. Because, like, literally,
he was on tour with Spitter, so they was cracking jokes the whole time.
Nigga, Wiz and Snoop had a smoke out competition on the stage. Snoop always wins, but it's just like, you watch it, and then whatever they got left after they win, they get somebody in the front, like the little roast or something. I was like, damn, dude, you got a piece of history right there. You should say that. Because if you smoke that, you could be off your ass. And you know they don't smoke no record.
I ain't realize how tall this nigga was. Like, I always figured he was tall, but when he came out, I'm like, this nigga's like, what, 6'5"? Some shit like that.
I'm 6'4", and that nigga is lengthy skinny.
This nigga is like, I'm like, what the fuck? And that was during his whole, that was when the big clothes phase, back a couple years ago.
No, they just transitioned into, it just transitioned into, like, the skinny clothing. Well, he brought that out.
No, like, when I saw them, that was when he was the big clothes thing.
Yeah, that nigga 16.
He brought the clothes back. That shit was crazy.
Wiz and Snoop Dogg are both the same height, and then 2 Chainz is 6'5".
Speaking of 2 Chainz, True Religion turned 10 this year.
I knew it.
Wow.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, that don't
reminded me.
That shit.
You just reminded me.
Man, that made me like a super fan of 2 Chainz, man. Like,
first of all, I was a fan of that nigga when he was on motherfucking Disturbing the Peace or the Golden Grain album in 03.
Nigga play a circle all day. What?
And I'm like, when I heard True Religion, I'm like, and so when I heard it, I'm like, yeah, now people are finally going to appreciate him. Finally.
Yeah. Man. It literally took that for them to finally give him his. Well, no, it took the Play a Circle song with him and Wayne. Then people started paying attention. But True Religion,
that song was everywhere too.
Man, bro, that was back, like, literally, niggas would put that with the Sasuke and Naruto fight from fucking, yeah, put that on there. Okay. A couple ones I just found. Common's The Dreamer and The Believer came out December 20th. Also, Roscoe Dash's Juice.
I'm good.
The Internet's Purple Naked Ladies. And this one right here.
Sound about right.
Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 103.
That album especially. That's for sure. I thought y'all was saying that album especially. I was like, what? That album came out on my birthday. So, that felt special. No, I didn't feel special. I'm just saying it's special to me. So, what's your favorite song on there? I gotta go look at the track list real quick. Hold on. I'll tell you the top singles. Because as soon as I see it, I know. There's Lose My Mind, Ballin', Fame, I Do, and Leave You Alone. Those are the top singles. I think my favorite was, when it came out, my favorite was What I Do. Now it's, I think it's like, it's not I Do. I think it's Higher Learning. Super Freak. That's my favorite now. That's mine. I mean, that's a lot of people's favorite. I mean, I also like Trap with Jill Scott, but that's because it's Jill Scott. Man, what?
Yeah. A lot of these songs, my favorite song. I like the whole fucking album. Let's just say that.
I ain't mad at it. Let me tell you something about your boy. He used to walk around school with these cheap ass black heads. Like they wasn't cheap headphones, but he would have these like headphones that he would always have them on his neck, even if he wasn't listening to nothing. Like he would just have them on his neck.
No. Yeah, I did.
So I'd be like, what you listening to? What you listening to? What? Like nothing. Alright, so check this out. So it shows me the top albums, the top 10 albums in their first week sales.
Mm-hmm.
What album sold the most that came out there? Was it
It had to be Wayne. It had to be Wayne.
In the first week, it was Wayne at 964,000. Yeah, it was Wayne. Right behind what sold the most? Like, period. Out of the albums that came out there. I'd have to retype that. Hold on 1 second. It gave me what happened.
Shit, now it should be Take Care. Take Care should probably dethroned it and shit.
Triple Platinum. Out of all those albums, Take Care is the only one that still has something on the Billboard.
Right, yeah.
That's crazy. So, Kendrick also got, but Kendrick is Good Kid, Mad City. Nothing from Section 80 on now. Yeah, I think ADHD was the longest one. No. The fact that Take Care is still on the chart, think about years later, it's crazy to me. No, bro, that just shows you how iconic these niggas have grown. Mm-hmm. That shit was bonkers. I am that nigga back there. Because I don't know why Google can't comprehend. So yeah, I was pretty sure that Wayne was the one who sold the most his first week that year. I think maybe it told me, but I was just looking at the different category. So, no. Oh, highest critically reviewed albums. No, that's not it either.
Crazy.
I'm gonna still say with Wayne's anyway, because
this ain't got to do with the topic, but Big Sean just put out this Deep Reverence video.
I gotta watch it. I don't know how long, but I'm with it.
Hey man, he probably had to. I don't know.
All you've been talking about is him being getting swole for the past couple of weeks. I don't want to hear it.
Oh yeah.
Well, they said this nigga look like an angry buck baby.
I was crying. He dude. He like that one homie that you gonna pick up out of the pen and be like, oh, how the hell you get so slow? Man, ain't shit else to do with that. But on this thing, on it where it says,
I know what else
highest first week sales.
I know what else is saying this year. The Marathon Continues mixtape is saying this year.
There you go. R.I.P. Nip.
Yeah.
So
R.I.P. Nip.
if we're gonna order who have the best first week sales, at 10 is Mac Miller, then Wale with Ambitions, Bad Meets Evil, Rolling Papers, Lasers, Cole, Young Jeezy, Watch the Throne, Take Care, and then the Carter 4. Now, mind you, Jeezy's is the only one that had whose first week position was the lowest on this list at 3, but still was the 4th highest first week album sales. And the only other people that weren't number 1 was Rolling Papers at number 2 and Ambition at number 2. Everybody else on this list was number 1.
Yeah.
That's what they album debuted on the chart, right?
Yeah, the first week. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very great.
The CDs, because like nowadays, you only get a handful of artists that can do these numbers on their first week.
Yeah, because no artists do that shit no more.
Now the average is, you know what I'm saying? The average is probably no higher than the number 7 on this list. Well, under the number 7 on this list.
These rappers,
197.
These rappers these days, you can go number 1 on the Billboard 200, no problem. Because no rapper that came out in the last, 10 years, except maybe Kendrick, is selling 900,000 copies their first week off of streaming alone. Nobody's doing it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever see that anymore.
Yeah. I agree. This is not about music, but what you think about this Patrick Star show?
I mean, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. That's just how I see it.
Oh, okay.
I think if SpongeBob has been around for 22 years, I think they're maybe about 15 years too late. But,
Okay. I'm like 8,000 people trying to call.
So yeah, I guess Patrick was pulling.
Right. It's probably going to be good regardless. Were they trying to get flushed out early? I think, yeah.
They kind of late with it.
They just put the new SpongeBob movie out on streaming.
I might check it out. I also check out that Michael B. Jordan movie they got on there too.
When they come out, I saw the trailer. I don't know when they come out.
April something.
I was just gonna say it's April. Early April.
Yeah, it's April. Somewhere in April. I think the end of April. Yeah.
What's okay. Coming out in April is Mortal Kombat.
Oh, April gonna have a busy month then.
Oh, Mortal Kombat.
I just looked at first week album sales for this past year.
This past year?
Mm-hmm. And the numbers aren't bad, but still, the highest doesn't beat number 2.
What's the highest album for last year?
Legends Never Die. At 497,000.
Yeah, that's expected. That's expected.
I mean, just think about it. That's just the impact Juice WRLD had alone.
Yeah, these like it's like I was telling somebody the other day, like Bibby, I don't think he's gonna rap again ever. Mainly because
really with the Juice WRLD owners, well, basically how the whole Juice WRLD thing turned out, do you really have to?
Right, exactly. And then now he got Kid Leroy too. So that's why I'm like,
that's what I was saying.
Like
Juice WRLD was mending to be the next him.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, bro, like he's made enough money to where why would you ever rap like again? Like he already said, bro, if you seen this Vlad interview, bro, like he just looked at so uncomfortably like chill. He looked uncomfortable and chill at the same time because it seemed like he didn't want to answer the question sometimes. But Vlad, yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I would be comfortable.
Vlad always asks weird questions.
So, well, yeah, he got asked about the him and G Herbo collab album. He said he might do it this year. Like, bro, stop lying. Stop lying, bro. Stop. Stop, bro.
They're gonna do that.
Yeah, man. I don't think Bibby giving us no more music, man.
I think if he do, it's just more so he got the love of music in him, so he wants to maybe do something like that.
He gonna put it out for free.
Because it goes along with the thing.
Yeah, man.
Free crack.
Exactly.
No, free crack.
Exactly. I don't think he got it in him.
I'm gonna just say this crack gonna be burnt around the edges.
It's gonna be that rebound. That shit gonna be stepped on.
Man. That's just my crack don't look fully all the way cooked. What's this?
When you say on the Boondock shirt, I like to return this crack. Just sear it around the edges.
Bro, he was upset.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it, right? We got any more?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I don't know something else funny on here. At number 7 on this year, 10 years later, Lil Baby has the exact same amount of album sales Wiz had on Roller Papers at 197,000 in the first week.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? How much he sell altogether? It went double platinum, didn't it?
What? Roller Papers or you talking about My Turn?
My Turn.
Is it double platinum?
I think so. I don't know. But another thing, I think what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh, now I know. I know now. So I feel like Lil Baby. Hold on.
Trouble Man came out next year. Cold World.
Yeah, so I think
we ain't talking about Big Crit though. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Return to Forever came out 10 years ago.
Wait, you said Return to Forever? Oh, okay, yeah.
I just want y'all to know.
That nigga best too, to me.
These album sales from the next year.
I agree. I can agree with that.
Just absolutely shocked me.
Wait,
what was the best selling album of that year? Wasn't it Whiskey in that city or some shit?
No, that was second. Pink Friday was. And listen to the first week album sales. Yeah, and you heard how much Wayne
Reloaded was first. Yeah.
Nicki's was the first one, and it only sold 253,000.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Think of the jump off from that.
Yeah.
This is the low fives, the low top 5 numbers was looking like last year.
Mm-hmm.
This year, these are number 1 charting albums. Like, what the fuck?
Right. So
that's crazy how streaming
I feel like
it was early then, but took over.
I feel like Lil Baby had the best verse on that song with Drake.
You think you wasn't wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you have that, I guess.
You wasn't wrong. Because, I mean, honestly, it's still Lil Baby year so far.
Yeah.
Will it stay his year? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But
that's it.
That's pretty much it for this show, this episode. So
2013 was the year of the Macklemore.
yeah, we'll see y'all next week.